it's time for some drunk ladder. I think it's
Oh my
almost
god.
time. This might just be a horrible idea in general.
Skill raise.
Skill roach. Dig. See what I did there?
Roach is skill.
That's cute.
Yeah.
What skill
What
do you
is
need?
skill?
You press the R key, you press the A key, you don't to
Actually,
attack.
people think
What
the roach
skill?
attack is easy,
What
but
skill
it's
do you
actually
need for
an extremely
roaches?
difficult build to
Yeah,
pull
it's
off.
pretty hard to hold the button down. I agree.
No, that part's easy,
Because the
but
problem is you might get carpal tunnel in that one finger, and
Yeah.
then you're like fucked. Like
The
it's
only
just like,
problem-
holy moly, what do I do after this? I have I guess I could use my other finger, but this
the
is
thing
awkward now.
is that with
It's
the
a good
roach
point.
max,
I definitely think it's a valid argument.
oh, Arceus is Palo. But with the roach max, you have to hit all your injects. You have to make sure you're not supply blocked. That's the hard thing because roaches
You
eat
can say that
supply
about any
so
race.
much. No, it's not true.
Terran, you gotta
You
hit
have-
all your mules.
No, it's not true
Gotta hit all
because
your
Terran,
critters.
no, listen
They
to
go
this.
hand in hand.
Terran can stack mules and drop them all at once, right?
It can, but it's not optimal.
Yeah, it's not optimal, but with Zerg, if you miss injects, it's not optimal at all. Like, not even close to optimal, it's horrible.
All three racers are aiming for the exact same goal.
But we have Larva, which is another limitation that Zerg has. And sludges eat so much supply, as well as Overlords being flying units, meaning that Phoenixes and Vikings just destroy them.
Ah, please. That's just a silly argument to put.
No, that's true.
It's a hilarious argument.
What race do you play?
Protoss. Okay, so I go Phoenix. That's gonna do so little damage to any overlord you have out there. It's just that's probably.
No, it's not true actually. Oh, Phoenixes can do a ton of damage.
No, actually, it is pretty true. And so it's like, really you need to depend on Phoenix to do some damage, but they're really not gonna do.
I think he found you.
That's the unfortunate part of it.
Yeah, it's over. And also we have to use a drone every time we build a building. We have to decide between making drones and units like
I hear that back and forth.
Zerglings.
That's silly. It's a silly argument.
Protoss is silly. That's all. I used to play Protoss. I mean,
But that doesn't do much for your argument.
no, I'm just saying that. Like I know how it works, but Zerg is not an easy race. I mean, if Zerg was an easy race, then why were there no Zerg in the GSL
wasn't an easy race,
last season?
why is one of the top Zergs in the foreign community saying that, damn it, I feel really bad for these guys?
Stefano makes the game imba.
No, that's not true. That's
Yeah.
not true at all.
I mean, Zerg.
I think Stefano is honestly being an honest person.
The thing is,
And I think most people will agree to that.
The reason why Stefano says it's easy is because Stefano's mechanics are amazing. Itra's mechanics are amazing. I mean, these players have the skills to make Zerg easy.
Itra has worked his ass off. Itra has put his life into the game. Stefano picked up the game, and he's gonna be honest with people and say that, yeah, this race is fucking easy. I feel bad for these opponents.
I mean,
like if you look at Stefano's history, he picks up games and he plays them as hard as he can, and he tries, and he tries to be as good as he can with them. But you can't compare Stefano and Idra for a second, because Idra has put an enormous section of his life.
Yeah, and you gotta remember they play like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week too, Palo.
Stefano has pinned his career on picking up different games and whatnot, and being just as good as he can with them.
Stefano,
so they really are
actually just naturally skilled. I mean, like,
well, he's definitely awesome at whatever he picks up, but you can't. I definitely think you can't.
Why
put
is
Stefano
Zerg so easy? Why do you say Zerg is so easy?
Well, I definitely think I'm not qualified to answer it I definitely think both you and me are equally unqualified to honestly answer that question. But I do think as extreme amateurs that we both are, that we can go ahead and put our silly little comments here and there,
Master Roach
really
is
not
not
make it,
viable in each
and
matchup.
really not have anything accomplished at the end
We
of
have
the day.
actually ZVZ is the most viable and weirdest matchup in the game right now.
Exactly. I think you proved my point 100%.
That's four. I hate that matchup.
Yeah, I think you're proving my point more and more.
Why?
Because how have you not?
What?
How have you not proved my point?
How have I proved? What?
I'm saying as extreme amateurs to both the game and the scene and the metagame and etc. Like I definitely think we definitely are. Like, definitely think we can't really say too much any more than kind of just bickering back and forth about shenanigans.
Well, I mean, what's your point?
My point is that my worst matchup is PvZ, and so honestly, when I'm raging against Zerg, probably the biggest part of it is that I'm not in touch with the metagame, of the current metagame to go ahead and just
Do you forge fast expand every game?
Go ahead and take advantage of
what build do you do? Like opening?
Yeah, forge expand. For sure.
Why don't you gateway expand?
Because I want that economy.
Because it's not viable.
Gateway expand doesn't put you as far behind as people think.
But as like a gold / platinum player, you can't really say that with too much resonance.
I mean, if you see that the Zerg is going for like a really eco-based build, all you have to do is you have to just I forgot what I was gonna say. Just you do it like Terran. You just put your Nexus down right away and hope for the best.
But what happens when you hold down the RT and hope for the best?
You have to have Colossi. And also Zerg is not the easiest race, because if it were the easiest race,
I definitely with Stefano that it's.
Then why are there no Zergs in the GSL? Well, in last season at the end, round of 8.
Well, because these high contests are extremely competitive, man. It's a lot more complicated than.
Oh my God! Finally.
You know,
That's T. He won.
Trying to put the best. You know, it's a lot deeper than that. You know, it's a lot better than that. You know, you can't really compare our opinions to
Word game.
You know,
I was
pro
thinking
gamer
the
results. It just doesn't make any sense.
I don't
Oh, Vapor Wolf. I don't know how good he is.
Level,
Is he?
He's a master.
Oh, he's a Master League? Okay, good.
Yeah, he's Masters Terran. He's trolling by pressing bronze.
Good.
Oh no!
Alright. At the highest level of play, the hardest, the race that's the hardest is Zerg.
No.
So this is
That's cute.
You're very wrong. It's Terran.
That's hilarious.
Terran's hard low league. Terran and Pro are harder low
No,
league.
Terran's easy low league, and it's extremely hard in high league, bro.
Absolutely, Terran's very difficult.
No.
Terran is the very
agree
most hardest race to play in the high leagues.
Yeah, so then why does Terran win a lot if it's the hardest
Because
race?
if you're really, really, really good with Terran, and I mean you can't. Okay, I think what you're trying to do here is base Terran off of MKP. You can't do that.
No, I'm not basing Terran off
MKP
MKP.
is in and of himself probably one of the smartest if not the smartest StarCraft player in the world. Okay, he is the best Terran in the world as well, which is why he is able to go up to Don Ragu and just punch him in the face, because his Terran playstyle, he can go Marine Marauder, and in the next 50 seconds he can transition so well that it doesn't even matter what the Zerg does. He can prepare himself for every possible outcome. But if also his APM's probably about 350 the entire game.
Dude, I was watching this master stream the other day, and at the end of the stream he was saying how his APM was 300, and I looked back at his most previous game, and I was just like,
yeah, like
no.
I agree with Gangster a lot. Terran is strong, but they're really hard to play, right? They're strong because they got ghosts, they can do EMPs. EMPs can do a lot. EMPs
Terran
can
has
do a
really bad
lot.
late
We
They
got
have bad late game because
They
it
have-
requires so much micro to
yes,
actually
you
play.
do have to have a good micro. I agree with
Terran,
that.
Protoss has the best late
No,
game.
they do not have the best
No.
late game.
Oh, who then? Who has the
Zerg,
best late
Zerg
game?
and Protoss are pretty even. Terran has to.
No.
Terran late game, yes.
Our tier 3 for Zerg is Broodlords and Ultras. Protoss has Colossi, Mothership, uh, Battle Cruisers.
Yeah, but do you know
No,
how
Battle
hard it
Swarm.
is to
That's
pull off
not
a
a
fr-
late game
Archon.
composition, though.
Do you know how hard it
Archon
is to
and
pull off a
Mothership.
freaking vortex though?
Like,
Do you even
have
understand?
You have the Zerg
But you
mind
don't
frame where you
understand.
just
Zerg-
make one unit.
Yeah,
Like,
Zerg
that's
can
not
make
how.
Like the
it
mothership
works.
is so
Best
damn
of
slow.
Broodlords still, our
Mothership does nothing. She has one spell, and it disables
Oh
like.
my god, I
80,
just watched the
50
game where Mothership was so crazy. So so the Zerg, it was recent GSL up and down, and
Like, I
start
mean,
till
don't
Ace.
get me wrong.
No, but listen,
Mothership is a
he just
good unit.
recalled, no, he's in the base with Broodlord Infestor, right? The Broodlord Infestor is very slow unit composition, right? Very slow. You know, it takes forever to go from one place to another. He would pull all his units to one side of the map, and then once the Broodlords got there, just mass recall back to his base. I mean, that's kind of harassing the immobility of Zerg. I mean, late game Zerg is very immobile.
If you don't have creep, yeah.
No,
Depends
Broodlords, no,
on the
because late game Zerg.
Well,
pretty much is
Broodlords are
Broodlord
slow.
Infestor.
Broodlords are slow, but I mean, they kind of make it up with their 11 range.
But they're flying units that don't shoot air, and the investment you
Corruptors.
use.
Okay. If you have a bunch of
I
Broodlords,
feel
and you
like
don't
we're
have,
like just kind of digging around right now. Like
If
we're
you have
getting
a bunch of-
absolutely
Probably.
nothing done, no matter what anyone is saying. I think we both need to just take a step back and just
This is how
be
Congress
buddies
works.
for a moment.
Okay,
you
so
know?
how did this start? This started by saying Zerg is the easiest race to play, correct?
Probably.
By pressing,
Yeah.
by pressing
No.
one button.
It says Zerg is just mono
Like, I think
battle.
we get a lot more
That's how
comments
started.
just by let's just stop digging around. Let's just accept where we're at and where other people are at, and you know, in different circumstances, like some compositions are gonna be awesome against others, and there's so many variables that are gonna like coincide with
Actually,
these other variables,
what the
and
best
like
conclusion is?
it's
You know-
really silly to go ahead and say that one race is better than another in
you know
any
what the best
circumstance.
conclusion is?
No.
That this game is extremely balanced, and there's no race is better than another race. It's just the players that are better
Okay,
than another.
let me ask you this question, okay? And this is really seriously.
Yeah.
Who right now, and I'm asking the Zerg,
Gosh.
who right now is the tops in the win percentage? It ain't Terran.
You're just fueling the fire, Turon. You're going.
I'm
the
just
wrong way,
telling
man.
you, it is
Wait,
really
in what? In what?
in
Fueling the
StarCraft.
fire, man.
The
That's different,
percentages.
Because in lower league, it's definitely Zerg.
Dudes
Yeah,
up,
no.
fire.
He said higher
Trying to
leagues.
step
Higher.
away
Oh, higher leagues.
And all in all, Zerg definitely wins the most games. Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's
because
lower
they
league-
have right now more percentage than Tross and more percentage than Terran. They are the tops right now. So who the hell's
Terran
going to
has a better
touch
win
them?
rate. Terran has a better win rate than any other race.
Possibly.
In if you added up all the leagues, Terran has the best win rate because in bronze through platinum, Terran is so easy to play. Like, it's easy to learn. Marine, Marauder, Medivac win the game. But when you get up to Diamond Masters, you can't win the game like that because the games keep getting drug onto late game, and like everyone else is agreeing to, Terran is really not that great late game. They can only win by constant harass, Marine drops, and just literally making it to where the other person has to use. They play a game of what is it called? Like a game of attrition.
Yeah.
They go for the just let's make this guy play longer than he has to and longer than he possibly can, and I can just sit back, make a lot of units all at once, get more bases, and eventually just overrun him.
Alright, so I do want to bring up a point. When I was, you know, having fun, just saying that Zerg was an easy race.
This is
I want
why
you
these
guys to keep in
calls
mind-
get interesting.
I want you guys to keep in mind that I'm a platinum player who's having a fun time with the game, and he's just, you know, just sharing some negativity that I find
That's right.
in my own personal play. And at the same time, we had what's his name? Who's this guy on Skype? What's the name I should be
Me?
calling him by?
Doza.
Yeah, we have Doza sharing his own experiences in what is it like platinum gold something or other.